Hello everyone. I would like to welcome you all to my very first video streaming on YouTube, and also this is my very first video on Node.js, and this is going to be very special. So in this video we will be seeing Node.js, basics of Node.js, its installation process, creation of demo project, and many more. But in the title, if you have seen, then I have written that it's for the Mac, Node.js introduction, installation, creation of project, and on Mac. So after seeing that particular word on Mac, don't think that it's just for the Mac users, it's not for the Windows users. It's totally not like that. But the installation process, the thing is that the installation process is for the Mac. Because I'm a Mac user, so the whole Node.js installation process is for the Mac, but rest of the things is for both Mac and the Windows. But still, so many things are very similar, so you can watch it. So whether you are a Windows users or Mac users, both of you can watch this because it's going to be really very useful. Okay, so today's topic is Node.js installation and creation of demo project, and let's just directly jump into the topic. So yeah, in this process you will be learning about what is Node.js, what is the difference between Node.js and JS, how to set up server for Node.js, and you will be also learning about NVM and NPM as well. So okay, what is Node.js? For you, when you hear this word for the first time, Node.js, so what comes in your head? What is Node.js? So I'll give you 5 seconds to think about it. Then I'll tell you what Node.js is actually. So your time starts now. Okay, your time is over now. So Node.js, I think something you have figured out in your mind. So now I'll say what Node.js is actually. Node.js is a runtime environment for JavaScript. It's an environment for creating JavaScript applications. Some of you may think that Node.js is a framework or a language. No, it's completely wrong. It's not a language, neither a framework, but it is an environment where we develop JavaScript applications. All right. So Node.js is something that provides environment for you where you can write JavaScript applications. All right. So what is the difference between Node.js and JS? So if you see, then in the previous time, JavaScript was used just as a scripting language, means to do certain things on web page, that's it, to do certain things on the client side. For example, JavaScript would be used for certain animations. It would be used for, calling certain functions. For example, if I click on this particular button, then what function should be called? What event should be called? So JavaScript would be used just for calling certain events or functions or for certain animations, but it was not used to communicate with the backend or to work with the backend. Okay, so it would be just for the front end only, for the client side scripting only. Okay, but with Node.js, we can use JavaScript to make both front end and back end. All right. So what Node.js has done is Node.js has given wings to JavaScript. Okay. Wings means what kind of wings? Wings to communicate with both front end and back end. So basically Node.js is an environment where we write JavaScript applications. All right, so with Node.js we can make a very good application. All right, so with Node.js, JavaScript is able to talk to the backend, to the databases and everything. All right, so Node.js becomes very powerful, very strong. JavaScript has become very powerful and strong with Node.js. Means basically Node.js is an environment where we write JavaScript applications. All right. So who created Node.js? I'll show you who created it. A brilliant mind. So a person called Ryan Dahl created Node.js. Okay, he created Node.js. You can learn more about him. All right. you can learn more about him on Wikipedia or any other site. So he is the person who developed Node.js. All right, so let's not go into that. So I think you have known about what Node.js is and the basic difference between Node.js and JS. All right, so now it's time to do the server setup for Node.js, okay, and to know more about NVM and NPM. All right, so let's go towards the other side and let's create a project directly. We'll do server setup and everything after creating a project. All right, so firstly open a new folder and rename it. All right, rename it as my node project, Node.js project, okay, and open it in the Visual Studio Code. All right, open your current folder, your my Node.js project. Okay, open this folder into the Visual Studio Code. Okay, now I'm inside Visual Studio Code. I have created a very fresh folder. Now how to create Node.js application? So for creating Node.js application you need Node.js. So from where are we getting Node.js? So I was saying something about before about Node.js installation on Mac before when I started this video, if you remember. Then I was saying that installation process is today I'm going to teach you installation process of Node.js on Mac. I was saying something like this now. I was saying that I will tell you how to install Node.js on Mac. So basically my installation process right now, my installation process will be for the Mac, okay? If you are a Windows user, then also no problem. You can directly go to the browser and find Node.js over there, for Windows, okay? You can go to the browser and you can type Node.js for Windows, and there you can download the Node.js, okay? No problem for the Windows also. But since I'm a Mac user, so things will be a little bit different for me. I will just simply, what I will do is that here I will go to the terminal and I will install Node.js with the help of terminal, okay, by running certain commands on the terminal, okay. So for installing Node.js on Mac, I will be using NVM. So NVM means Node Version Manager. I will be using this, okay. So if you see, then I have written here NVM, Node Version Manager for Mac and Linux, okay. So this is basically for Mac and Linux. I will be using this for installing Node.js on my system, okay. So we need to get this NVM from browser, okay. So let's go to the browser and let's install NVM at first before installing Node.js, because NVM is something that we are going to need to install Node.js. All right, so search for NVM, a Node Version Manager, okay. So all right, so Node Version Manager, and you need to copy you go down and copy this particular code. So how to install NVM on Mac and Linux, okay. So copy this command. This is not a code, this is command. Copy this command and paste it on your VS Code terminal, okay. This will install NVM on your system, all right. But here the output is, if you see, then my output is NVM is already installed in user/Albina Gurung /this. Because why this kind of message on my terminal? Because I have already installed NVM. I was just showing you from where you can get the command with which you can install NVM. So use this command to install Node.js on your system, all right. Okay, so the command, you will get the command in the NVM website itself, all right. Okay, now it's time to install Node.js, okay. So for installing Node.js, you run this command, okay. NVM ls space NVM ls dash remote. This command will basically show a list of Node.js versions that have been launched till this date. So you got to install the latest version. Okay, if you see, then there are numerous Node.js versions. Okay, so since v20.12.2 is the latest version, so we will be installing this. So how to install this? What is the command to install this particular version of Node.js? So that is, you just write nvm install v20.12.2, hit enter. Okay, so the output is v20.12.2 is already installed, because I have already installed Node.js on my system, so that's why it is saying that it's already installed. So if you have not installed, then this command will install Node.js on your system. So what are the things that we have done till now? So till now the scenario is, we have created a my Node.js folder, my Node.js project folder, and we have opened that folder on the Visual Studio Code. Then we installed nvm after that. We installed nvm after that, right? Nvm is something that we are going to need in order to install Node.js on our system. All right, so we installed nvm, then we installed Node.js with the help of nvm. All right, and we are doing everything from command. Okay, so we are using command line. All right, so from the terminal itself we are giving commands and installing everything. Okay, so nvm install, this is the command for installing the Node.js. And what was the command to install the nvm? So this particular command we copied from the nvm site itself in order to install nvm. Okay, so right now the scenario is that we installed nvm, and with the help of nvm we installed Node.js. So we just have done two things: installing nvm and installing Node.js. All right, so, and we have done everything from command line. Okay, all right, so let's clear our screen. I hope you all have understood the things that we have done till now. So now we have already installed Node.js also. Now let's create a application here. Okay, so let's create a new file, app.js, and let's write something here. Console.log hello world. All right, so this will basically display hello world in our terminal, and also I will show you how to run this app file on your terminal. Just you need to give command node space app.js. so this is okay, so what's the problem? Node.js cannot find my Node.js project. Okay, there is an error. All right, oh, since it was not saved, so I got this error now. Okay, let's clear this. Okay, let's do it once again. All right, we have got a problem here. Oh, I have done a very silly mistake here. See, if you can see, then I named it as app. I named this particular file as app.js, which is totally wrong. I just app comma. Oh, sorry. I just named it as app.js, which is totally wrong. I need to rename it once again. It should be app. Okay, so it should be app.js. all right, so I just so my extension was wrong. Okay, so app.js. all right, so it was a very silly mistake. All right, now let's run it. Okay, so instead of dot, I replaced it with comma. So now app.js, so I think now it should work. All right, node, so your command is node space the name of your file. All right, see, it has worked very successfully. So in the terminal we have become successful to display hello world. All right, so this particular JavaScript file is working well. So basically in your terminal we have become able to display hello world. But the thing is that we don't want to display things on terminal. We are not going to run our application on terminal. Our main motive is to do a server setup and to run our application on the browser. For example, the name of my application is my Node.js project, all right? So I want to run it in this way. I want to run it in this way. I will just search it as Node.js project, you know, I'll just search it in this way, and I want to see my project running on the browser, not, in this, terminal. Okay, so how can we do that? So now when we search this, then some other things comes because we have not done this setup. So let's just cancel this. All right, so we want to run our application on the server or on the browser. So how can we do this? So for that, you need to install another package as well. Okay, in order to run your application, to see your application on the browser, you need to install a package which is called Express. All right, okay, so for installing Express, there is a command npm install Express. So basically Express is a package, okay, so which will do all the server setups and everything. Okay, APIs and routings, all that will be seen by the Express. Okay, so my Express has been installed on my project. So if you see, then certain changes are here in this section. If you see, then node modules folder have been added, and inside this folder there are so many other folders, subfolders, right? And another package.json has also been added. All right, so this Express is a package which we will need in any Node.js project. Okay, so because it does all the server setups and everything. All right, so if you see this Express folder, then it's down here in this part. Okay, so there are also so many other subfolders, and if you are thinking that why all these subfolders are here, why not Express only, then don't worry, all these folders are also necessary for this Express package to work. So all these folders are necessary folders. Okay, so don't worry. So with the help of this command npm install Express, we have become able to install Express on our project. Okay, so if you see, then I'm writing here npm. Before I was writing node, right? Before npm I was writing node as a command, but I'm using npm as a command. So what is npm? So basically, and also here also I already told you all that we would be reading about npm as well. So npm is a node package manager. So it's a place where all the packages required for Node.js applications are placed. So this is the place from where we are getting all the packages which we need for a Node.js application. So it is as simple as that. So whatsoever the packages that we will be needing in the future, for a Node.js application, we will get all those packages from npm. Okay, so npm is just simply a place, okay, which contains all the packages. And when you install nvm, then automatically npm is also installed. You don't have to explicitly install it somewhere else. No, it is installed automatically when you install nvm. All right, so that's why now when we are requiring further packages like Express, we are using npm command, right? Because npm is the place from where we are getting all these packages. So it is as simple as that. Now more or less our tasks are being completed. Now after installing Express package in our system, only that will not make us able to run our app project on the browser. We need to do some more tasks as well. So by just installing Express, we cannot run our expression our project here. Okay, so we need to do few more tasks. So let's come back to our project. And what is that task? That task is, go to your app.js project, file. Okay, so there you need to write certain lines of code. That is constant and Express is equals to require Express. All right. So what we are specifying is that we are telling our project that, you know, this project requires express package. We are saying our project this particular thing. Okay. So our project will understand that, okay, this you know, in this project express is needed. Okay, we will use express package. So it's about that. Okay, so we are just specifying the thing that we need express in our project. All right. So now another constant also we need, which is express. So if we call this express, then it will return something, and that will be stored in app. Okay, inside app. And now, okay, we have specified that, okay, we need express package in our project, and whatsoever the express is returning, we will be putting that into the, we will be assigning that thing into the app. All right. So what is the next line of code? The next line of code is very, very, very important, which is app.listen. All right, app.listen. Why app.listen is very important? So because app.listen, this particular line of code is something that specifies the server for your project, specifies the server which will serve your project. Okay, this particular line of code will specify which server will be responding to your request on the browser. Okay, and also it specifies port number for your project. Okay, so basically this will specify two things, port number and the server. It will specify port number and the server for your application. Okay, so what will be the port number for our application? So basically for our Nodejs application, we are using 3000 port number, and for the server we will be using 127.0.0.1. So if you, I think most of you know about this server. This is a local host, you know, it's the server in our system itself. All right. So our application will be hosted on this particular server. Okay, so if we request for our project on the browser, then this server will give responses. Okay, and which port number will our project listen to? It will listen to port number 3000. So basically what it means is that our project will listen to port 3000. That means port number 3000 will be given to our project. All right, so that is the thing. And localhost, which is 127.0.0.1, will be serving our application. That is, localhost will give responses to our application. Okay, it is as simple as this. Okay, it is very simple. Now if we run our project, okay, so in order to see how our project looks like in the browser, firstly you need to run this in the terminal itself. Okay, so I will replace hello world code with server is running. All right, so now we need to firstly run our project on the terminal. Node app.js. Okay, so the output is server is running, and when the server is running, we need to go to the browser and search for localhost and colon and port number 3000 and slash, hit enter. This site can't be reached. What is the problem here? Okay, let's see. Okay, it should have worked, but why is, I think my localhost 3000 is already, I think it is being used by the another project. So I'll just fix this. Okay, just give me 2-3 seconds more. All right. Okay. Okay, so when we search for localhost and the port number 3000, this is the output. So yes, you have become successful to see your project, to get your project on the browser. But here, don't take it as error. It's not error, okay? It's just the output. But why the output is cannot get slash? It's because that it is saying that your server did not find anything else on this particular file slash. Okay, so there is nothing that is to be displayed on this particular page. So we will later on fix this as well. But yes, one thing that is sure is that localhost 3000 has been given to your project, to your application, and this is the URL that is serving your application. So this is the URL to your application. So if you write this URL on your browser, then you will be getting this message, which means that you are rendering your project, rendering your application on the browser. Just the thing is that it's not displaying anything else because we have not specified that particular thing. So we will specify what we want to display on our application later on. Okay, but the thing is that you have become able to host your application on this particular URL, localhost 3000. Okay. All right, so we want to display something on our application, like successfully hosted our project on localhost. So let's write that particular message. Okay, let's write this message: successfully hosted my application, Nodejs application, on browser. All right, so let's display this message. Okay, so for that, what you need to do is that go inside your code, and okay, so you need a very you need a line of code. That's it, just app.get. And okay, I'll make you understand what this is later on. Request / response and response. Okay, so response dot send hello world. Sorry, so we want to display this particular message, right? Command C and Command V. All right. Okay. All right. So this is the piece of code, right? This is the line of code that you will need in order to display something on your browser. All right. So what does this line of code mean? What does this slash mean? What does this request mean? What does this response mean? It means that if anyone requests for a slash on your browser, okay, so if anyone requests for slash, then you will be responding with this message on the browser: successfully hosted my Node.js application on browser. Okay, so if anyone requests something like this, localhost 3000 / and hits enter, then we will be displaying which message? This message. So that's it. So if we want to okay, so let's just check this, okay, whether it works or not. So firstly, let's shut down this application. So you need to shut down your application, okay, whenever you make certain changes. you need to shut down your application by pressing Ctrl C, and again you need to restart your application, okay, by giving the command node space app.js. And later on in the further videos I will teach you how to automatically restart, so that you don't have to keep on shutting down your application and again restarting it. So I will teach you in the further videos that how to automatically restart your application whenever certain changes are made, okay. But for now, just you shut down your application by pressing Ctrl C, and again you run your application with this command, hit enter. Now your server is running, okay. And if you write this URL localhost colon 3000 slash and hit enter, then successfully hosted my Node.js application on browser, okay. So your Node.js application is being hosted on this particular server, okay, this which is localhost, okay, and the port number is 3000, okay. That's it. And if you want to display this message by writing something like this /home, okay, then you can just make a simple changes here. So if you want to display it, display this message when somebody searches for home on the browser, then just simply write here home /home, then you display this message and save the changes. Again shut down your application, again run it, server is running, and come back here and refresh this, okay. So if you write here, okay, if you in the new terminal, if you write, sorry, in the new browser, if you write localhost 3000 / home, then this will be the output, okay. Successfully hosted my Node.js application on browser. So that's it. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. Till this time, what we have learned is that we have installed Node.js on our system. We have created a demo project, and we have also done a server setup. By doing server setup, we have also hosted our application on localhost, right? All right, so which means that we have become now able to access our application on the browser like this. We don't have to see the output of our application on the terminal like this, okay. So we can see our application in the browser itself, okay. So it is as simple as that, okay. So I hope you all have become clear about what Node.js is, okay. Till now you might have become clear about what Node.js is, basic difference between Node.js and JS, and server setup, NVM and NPM. I think you might have been clear about all these topics till now. And if you have any confusions, then you can please feel free to mention your confusions in the comment section below as well. All right, so basically that is it for today. So tomorrow we will be learning so much more. We will be learning further steps than this, what we can do, because there are so many other things that are remained, okay, to do. It's just the starting. In this starting, what we have done is that we have just done a server setup for Node.js, okay, and we have run our application on browser. That's it. We have done that much only. But tomorrow we will be doing much more, and I will come with further more videos, all right, further more streamings. And thank you so much, guys. Thank you everyone for staying up with me till this time, and I hope you might have learned something new in this video. And since I'm also a learner, everyday learner, I'm also a beginner, I think it might be helpful for you, because I can understand you guys, I think, because a learner can understand another learner much more, right? So I'm also learning every single day, and I also share the things that I learn from my everyday life. So yeah, so that's it for today, guys. Thank you everyone, and please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. And yes, thank you so much once again. I hope now things about Node.js are more clear to you. Thank you everyone, and I will be meeting you in the further streamings, further videos, okay. So all right, guys.